Is that a good distance?
Yep.
All right.
That'll work.
Good afternoon. My name's Eva, Eva Mcadams, and we're from ECHO, obviously. And besides the people who have come here to talk to you today, there's a whole group of students from ECHO who are in your lobby actually right now, and they're waiting for us, and they're hoping
They can come in if they want.
And
if you're watching,
they have signs,
oh, okay.
So I don't know. But we all really care about this program, and it's one of these fifth-year programs that could be affected, will be affected by this Senate bill. It's not only given me a chance to succeed, but it gave me the courage to overcome some of the difficult and unfortunate circumstances that befall students like me. And it's a hardship, you know, when you have all these things going on outside of school, being able to come and put all of your effort in when you have so many other things that your effort is really more needed on, you know, because school is definitely a priority, but when you're trying to find food for the next 3 days, that kind of takes precedence. The promise I was made by the district of 4J is that upon completion of my high school education, I would be offered a free year of college at Lane, and this promise was a verbal contract, and it was made under the impression that funding for fifth-year programs like this one would be continued. And now that the success and need for these programs has been called into question, so has the certainty of my continued education, which I love being in school. I love being in class. No part of me wants to not be there. But it's hard when, you know, finances are called into question, and then that limits your ability to actually be in class. I believe that I speak for the rest of my classmates when I say that the success of these programs is completely undeniable, and the proof is not only in our improved graduation rates, but in the fact that we're all here today taking time to try to tell you how much these mean to us. And I came here actually with the impression that we were going to have to convince you that these programs were a good thing, that these programs are something that should continue. And something I heard from you throughout the testimonies that I've heard and your responses to them is that it's not actually a question of whether this should continue, because there's no question that you want the children of Oregon to go to school. It's more, you know, where do we get the money from, and how do we make sure that there's enough money for not just you, but all of the K through 12 students who also deserve, you know, that 100% chance to go to school and complete it. And I'm just really happy to hear that it's not any longer a question of whether this should happen, and that we don't have to convince you that we deserve an education, but more a problem of how do you get the money. So I'm not gonna try to persuade you to vote a certain way, because it certainly seems like your mind's made up. I just wanted to say thank you for, you know, caring about us, and you know, obviously vote to support fifth-year programs like this. But I really hope that there's a way to find the money in a way that doesn't disturb the K through 12 programs. So,
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Can I ask 2 quick questions that are technical?
Now wait, is that okay?
It is. I've got one myself.
Okay.
So, first question, would you say that, let me change what I'm going to ask that. So the fifth-year program, has that influenced your decision to stay in high school and graduate from high school?
Absolutely. Without the promise of, you know, a year of college to kind of get my foot in the door at the community college and start my path towards what I want to do with my life, it kind of seemed hopeless. And not just the promise of a free year of college, but the support that I've received from the staff at ECHO is tremendous. And the way they've structured their program is so much more beneficial to the student individually rather than the student body. And I mean that in the way that each teacher gets to know every student individually and doesn't just say, you know, if we look at all these numbers and all of these grades and we take the average, what's the best for the average student? They get to know every single person and say what's best for you and how can we help you the most. And I think that's a big thing that's helped me stay in high school as well.
So the other question, something I caught you to say, so you're Echo, and in my mind, I thought Echo was in Umatilla County.
No.
It's
No.
in Lane
Lane
County.
County.
It's in Lane County. Okay.
Not quite
All
as
right.
far.
I was trying to figure out why it was Lane Community College.
Our campus is actually on Lane Community College campus.
Thank
so-
you. You've just relieved a tremendous amount of anxiety that I was having.
Sorry about that.
But there is an Echo in Umatilla.
There is an Echo. There is a city of Echo.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not
We're-
making that up.
We're
No.
early college and career options, which is ECCO, not ECHO.
Right.
Okay.
So we're.
I thought you had come all the way from Eastern Oregon.
Oh no! Oh, no, no,
Did you
no.
sit in the back of the room?
So this
the
is
whole time?
one alternative school in the Eugene School District.
Yes,
Yes.
Or
and that's why
Right.
we got information from you late because you were on the road.
That's right.
Everything suddenly makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect.